What is up, YouTube? It's your boy E-Bucks, and I'm here with my first story time. So what we're basically going to talk about in this story time is how I fought the toughest kid in my school back in middle school, mind me, like I said. So, mind me, like I said, this is not my first fight that I've ever been in. The first fight that I actually got into was like in 7th grade. This was in middle school. But the fight I'm talking about, happened in 8th grade. So, the fight that I got into in 7th grade was with this one kid. Let's name him Johnny. I got into a fight with a kid named Johnny in our science class because he was talking shit about my mom and my dad, disrespecting them, like in all sorts of types, like calling them all types of like disrespectful names, like a bitch, and calling them like other like disrespectful names and shit, like just like completely disrespecting you. So like, you know, like when you ever have that situation where somebody disrespects your family, especially the family, that would like get you tight, because it's like you wouldn't want anybody disrespecting your family. Like if you let somebody disrespect your family, you can let anybody, like especially somebody that you went to school with. Like if you can let somebody in school, like a fellow classmate or student, disrespect your family, you can let anybody in the world disrespect your family. And in my opinion, I don't think that's okay. But anyway, yeah, so that little fight in 7th grade happened. Like he got into my face, and then from there I pushed him, and then it just came down to like a shoving match. But the end result is that the science teacher had to break it up, and then after she broke it up, we both got a Saturday detention. It was actually pretty light, because like where I'm from, most people who get into fights usually get suspended for like 2 weeks, because they don't want the kids coming back and the other person hyping up one person saying, oh shit, like you lost the fight, or oh shit, you beat his ass, or something like that, you feel me? So long story short, that ended in the Saturday detention. After that, him and I, we became cool. So back to the real fight that happened in 8th grade against the toughest kid in my class, in my school. So I mean, the kid has always like been a hater of mine. Like, you know how you have like that one kid, or like a couple of kids that will see you like on your grind trying to make something out of yourself, or like just doing something. And mind me, I had always like, at least ever since middle school, I had been into sports. Like I used to be like, not even I used to be, but like I've always been like a person that likes to wrestle. So I wrestled 7th grade, 8th grade, and even into high school. But the kid, like whenever he saw me like winning matches and stuff, like he would always be the person to be like, oh, like you suck, like you can't do this right, or do that right. Like I would like go for like a takedown or like a snap down, like some type of wrestling move or something, and he'd be like, yo, he would tell like the other kid like pin his ass or something like that. Like he would just be the person that like just like always like trying to see me win, but like be that person to always talk down. And mind me, this always started from like the first day of school, ever since we like met each other. Like I'll be honest with myself, like I'm the type of person, like I try to get to know people. Like I'm extroverted, like if you giving me a good vibe, I give you a good vibe back, you feel me? But he was like more like the quiet type, and wasn't like used to talking to people. But like if he didn't mess with you, like if he messed with you, like if you were cool with him, like he would talk to you for days. And when I say days, I mean days. Like he would talk to you for a minute. But like if you weren't cool with him, he didn't fuck with you. And I was obviously that scapegoat, the one person that he didn't fuck with. So it was a situation where, mind me, we were in like our English class one day, and like I said, he was just disrespecting the shit out of me. Like he was like violating me, calling me a bitch, saying that I wouldn't do shit to him, calling my mom and my dad a bitch, calling them assholes. Like he was like disrespecting. Like there just comes a point in time, like even if somebody's like disrespecting you, like you can, like it depends on the person, but like you can just learn to like keep your mouth shut and like not focus on what other people say to you, if you don't let it get to your head. But like, at least in my opinion, I just felt like it came to a point in time where he was really just like violating me and my standards. Like I, as a person, I hold myself to a certain like set of standards, and obviously as a human being, we all fall short. I even fall short. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I'm perfect, but regardless, like when I talk about standards, I'm talking about specifically certain things that you can tolerate from people and certain things that you can't tolerate from people. He was violating that, disrespecting my family, calling my parents sex offenders. Like he was really going off. Like, and obviously at that point in time, I told myself I'm not going to take that anymore. Like I started talking my shit, started saying shit back to him. And then from there, like, it was a situation that like we deadass like decided to fight. So it's a situation like after our English class, because like I said, we was like in a situation like the people that were in class were like half of the people were like on my side, like all my friends, like whether it be boy or girl, like they were on my side, like defending me. But then the other half of the class that was like fucking with him, like messing with him, they were all like supporting him, be like whoop his ass and shit, be like you don't let him talk to you, like shit like that. Like I didn't let any of the negative energy from all the people that didn't like mess with me get into my head. And because in my opinion, I was like, you know what, since he already violated me, disrespected my family, my parents and everything, I definitely need to whoop his ass to prove that I am the guy that you do not want to fuck with. I don't care if you're the toughest kid. Because mind me, the kid we're talking about, in his whole middle school career, or whatever you want to call it, he had only lost one fight before mine came. And the kid that he lost to was a kid that like had been known as like a kid that was like the second toughest kid in like school, or like the second toughest. And mind me, him and the kid were cool until he started saying some disrespectful shit to that kid. And that kid, I think that kid just like whooped his ass. Like he just like I think he blacked out after he said some shit to him and dad's like beat the shit out of him. After he came back from because they both got suspended after that. After the kid came back, everybody was hyping the kid up, and he just like he needed to win a couple more fights just to get back his edge, or whatever you want to call it. You feel me? So in my situation, it was a situation where, like I said, we were like there was no turning back at this point. Like mind me, my middle school had like 2 floors, so we were on the second floor during our English class. We were on the second floor, so we had to go down to the first floor bathroom. We had to go down to the first floor bathroom where we knew that security wasn't like gonna there was a lower chance of security coming into the bathroom to be able to break up a fight or whatever the situation may be. So like after that happened, because I was the one that originally went to the bathroom first. Like I went to the bathroom, I went to the bathroom, and mind me, all the people that were hyping up this fight, at least all the guys, I don't know about none of the girls, but all the guys, like the way that used to be like during the fight during middle school is that like the guys would literally go into the bathrooms and they would go into the stalls, lock the door, hop on top of the seats, bro, just to be able to record the fight, just to be able to record it. Like I kid you not, like that's what they used to do, bro. It was that, and then some people would try to get as far as they could probably, and other people would also try to hold the door as well too, to ensure that security doesn't come in. And once security does come in, they all try to make it seem like they're using the bathroom. Once security asks them questions, they'll be like, I don't know what's happening. And then from there they all leave. So I went to the bathroom first, mind me. Then he like 2 seconds later comes into the bathroom and he was like, so what's up? So I was like, all right, so what up? So I was like, throw your first hit, bro. So it's a situation that I threw the first hit, and like at the time that I like threw my first hit, he threw his first hit too, so it didn't really connect. It was literally like I gave him like a 2-piece combo. Like I used my backhand, like I did like a backhand, and then I used like a front hand, and then I gave him like a punch after. Like it was a combination of like slapping and punching. Like I like after that, like it was a situation where, like I said, our first 2 hits didn't connect. Then for that he got tired, and then from there I gave him like a dirty like 2-piece combo. Like I gave him my backhand and then I punched him. Like I socked him in his face. And then from there, mind me, after I punched him and socked him in his face, everybody was hyping me. Everybody was like, oh shit, like you're whooping his ass, like and shit. So after that happened, like he started running away. So obviously, you know, I was like, in that mentality, like it's literally kill or be killed. Like that's the mindset that you're thinking. So I literally ran after him and I kept punching him and slapping him in his face, getting him. Like I gave him like about like another 5 more good hits. And like mind me, when I hit, like I don't hit like softly, like especially because I have rough hands, like my hands are rough, I hit hard. So when I hit him, like he was getting like it was, I know, and like you know when you slap somebody, you punch somebody, like and you hear the hit, like it's like a hard, like loud hit. It was loud. So it was a situation that happened, and then after that, he was tired of getting hit, so he raised up his hands to block one of my hits. And mind me, I'm just keeping a straight buck. He caught me one time, like he caught me one good time in my face. But it's a situation like I'm the type of person when you hit me in my face, because my face is a very sensitive area to me, if not anybody else. Once you hit me in my face, I start to black out. So I blacked out, and once I blacked out, I beat the shit out of him. People literally had to pull me off of him just to say, bro, like it's good, you won the fight. And mind me, this is before security came into the bathroom. So once security came into the bathroom, like they literally knocked on the door before they had to like use their force to push it open. And once they used their force to push the door open, everybody was making it seem like they were using the bathroom. The people that were on top of the stalls got on top of the stalls to make it seem like they were using the bathroom. And then security asked one of the kids that was in the bathroom that was trying to hype up the fight. They asked them what happened, and kids said that they didn't know what was like going on. Like tried to play it off, you feel me? But then after that, like obviously one by one, we all started leaving the bathroom, and people were like screaming and hyping up. People were like, "Oh shit, you whooped his ass." You feel me? Like people were just like hyping me up, making it seem like I wanted to fight. Because I was wondering, I was like, because I thought, like in my opinion, honestly speaking, not even to hype it up, like I thought it was fair. Because mind me, myself and the kid have gotten into fights before. Like we got into 2 other fights, but like all the other fights, everybody said like, oh, it was a tie, whatever situation may be. You feel me? But this last time that we fought each other, people said I deadass whooped his ass. Like I beat the shit out of his ass. Like I beat the shit out of him. No homo, but I beat the shit out of him. So it's a situation where like that, like, and at that point in your life, at that point in time, you do it not even because you want to, you do it because you have to, in the situation that you don't let anybody disrespect your parents, yourself especially, because like you should never let anybody disrespect you regardless of the situation, because if you allow people to disrespect you, it becomes a habit, and once it becomes a habit, it's going to be really hard to come back from. So I had to do that to prove something to him, to be like, bro, like I might be quiet, but I'm not the person you really want to mess with, because at the end of the day, like if I come at you, I'm coming at you hard. Like the thing with people, especially in this country, that you don't really realize is that all people will do is talk shit until it really goes down, and then once it goes down, I feel like the experience humbles the person. You feel me? So I think that experience humbled both myself and him, and it caused him in his mind, and it caused me in my mind to be like, honestly speaking, you shouldn't just like, don't talk shit if you don't really know somebody. Like me personally, I'm not the type of person to really talk shit. Like obviously, I'm not saying I'm perfect like I have before, but it's like I don't really do it on the regular. And even if I do have a reason to, like I'd be more mad about the situation than to really start talking shit about somebody. So he is a person that he talks shit first and then he would get mad after, whether he won or lost the fight. But I mean, yeah, that's basically the story about how I got into probably the biggest fight of my entire life. So I hope y'all liked the video. If y'all enjoyed it, spam that like button, share this video, and comment if you feel like there's any other things that you guys would like me to do. Stay tuned.